Hey guys, what's going on? The long wait's finally over and the new tub's here. What is it? It's a 503 seajay territory, and as you can see by all the salt marks down the side, we've already had this thing out and it is a bloody weapon. It's got a few upgrades on the inside and one main one on the outside, which is the 4mm bottom, which makes this thing perform well above its size. Also on the outside we have the C-section Redco trailer, which makes driving it on and off a breeze. But we'll head up in there and I'll run you guys through the inside of the boat. Let's go. So yeah guys, starting up the front of the boat, we have this nice bow roller which comes standard in all the territories. Nice wide gunnels all the way down, which I'm sitting on. The main thing up the front that I love is this 80-pound Minn Kota. So it's an 80-pound, 60-inch Minn Kota, which isn't the model I wanted to get. I wanted to get the 72-inch, which was a bit longer. It's 80 inches for line up in the creeks and out the flats on most days, out in the reef on most days, but when it gets a bit rough, sometimes it does come out, which is a bit annoying. Also up the front here, if you notice, there's no anchor well, which seajay is pretty cleverly hidden underneath the deck here, which makes this casting deck up the front absolutely massive, which is perfect for the type of fishing and stuff that we do. So that's a major selling point. Coming down the back now. So coming down the back, we've got all of these hatches. Right, they must move. Out the way. Which open up all of this space here. So we've got heaps of room for our camera gear, dive gear, safety bags under there, extra tackle bags and whatever else. And it's all out there, out of the weather, out of the sun, so we can shut it all up. And then we have this massive cast deck up the front, which is absolutely awesome. I love it. So moving down the boat a bit more. The 503 territory comes standard with a 90 litre under 4 fuel tank, which gives us heaps and heaps of range, especially with the 4-stroke on the back. It's also got these Railblazer rod holders on the side, which are pretty mad. They keep all the rods up against the side, so you're not standing on them. Marley's not getting hooked up in them, which is nice. It just keeps it all nice and uncluttered, which I enjoy. Moving down the back a bit more. Rightio, moving down to the helm. We'll start with the electronics. I went with a 10-inch Hummingbird Helix with the Mega and all that, Gen 4 I think it is. I put it on a ram mount, so when I'm fishing up the front, flicking lures and stuff, I can spin it all the way around, and then I can see whatever the side scan's showing up, which is cool. I love that. Also makes it handy for getting out the way and walking up side here when the seat's up there. What else we got? We got this little compartment here, a little dry compartment, which is cool for the GoPros, GoPro batteries, phones, whatever else you don't want to get covered in salt water, which is nice and out the way. I just went with the standard Yamaha gauges, which tell me everything I need to know. Don't really need to know fuel economy or any of that. Got a nice little switchboard here, which has nav lights, anchor lights, bilge pump, live bait tank, and some under gunnel lights. Also with the steering, I upgraded to a hydraulic steering system instead of the traditional cables, which makes steering, especially when you trim it up and down, always nice and light, which I which makes the day on the water so much more comfortable. The seats. All the CJ Territories come standard with 2 deluxe seats. These are different ones to what when I ordered it they were coming with, but I think with COVID they ran out of stock, so they've gone with these ones, which I like. They're nice and comfy. Don't wrap as much as the other ones, but yeah, still nice and comfy. Spend a whole day out in the boat, no problems at all. Down the side here we have a pocket, which I've got just a bucket and the sounder cover and just bits and bobs in there, which is nice. All up and down the gunnels we have rod holders. They're only the plastic ones, but they do the job for what I want. I barely ever have rods sitting up, especially when I'm casting anyway, so it doesn't bother me too much. We have a Bimini on the back, which you can see here. I wanted it when I ordered the boat to fold down the back, so I can have it down. I've got a full open deck, so I can run around with fish if I have to and not have anything in my way, which is cool. It does fold forward and then covers up like 3/4 of the boat. That way when we're out in the sun in the middle of the day and Riles doesn't want to get heat stroke, we'll chuck him up, chill out, have a cold drink or whatever, and yeah, it's nice and cool. It's pretty easy. It comes in this little cover, gets it nice and out of the way, out of the sun, which is nice. So moving down the transom here, on both sides we have these big cutouts, which on this side has a cranking battery plus a bit extra space, and that side's just all open. So I chuck my tackle bag up in there, keeps it out of the deck, which is nice. On this side we also have a bait tank fully plumbed in, which you can chuck your liveys in. If you're not using liveys, you can chuck a bit of ice in there, chuck some coldies in there, which is a nice little extra. So we'll head down the back now and we'll have a look at what's on the back. So as you can see, I went with a pristine 42 stroke. Yummy.
Hang on, is this the wrong boat?
Shit. No, so what we actually went with is a 90 Yamaha 4-stroke. This thing is a bit of a weapon. It's the max horsepower for these 503s, but it's definitely plenty of horsepower. With 4 people in the boat, gets up on the plane, no dramas at all. With 2, we've had it up to 65 k's an hour, flat bicky, which is pretty bloody quick. But no, we went out to the reef the other day with 3 people in, and 32 k's out, 32 k's back, used 25 litres, so I'm very, very happy with this outboard. Also super, super quiet in comparison to the old 40 over there, which you guys just would have seen. Also on the back here we have a dive ladder, which makes carrying stuff in and out of the boat with tackle bags and eskies and whatever else much, much easier. So that's our rundown on our new 503 Territory. You guys are going to see a lot more of this boat and hopefully some big fish coming into it. So a massive shout out to Jordo for helping us film this video. His Instagram's JordoHAZ, so if you want to go check that out, that'd be awesome. If you liked the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see some more. Hope to see you guys out in the water, and let's go. I would really hate for you to sit and watch me win again and win again and win again. I know it's probably getting on me and win a synonym, so if I ever win again, it's no I did the minimum, I didn't have to. Also, I'd like to give a massive shout out to the boys down at Bimini Marineland. It's been a heap of delays with boats and stuff with COVID and whatnot, and the boys down there, Troy and his team, have been awesome with keeping us updated and sending us pictures and whatever else. So if you're down that way and looking for a boat, be sure to go and check those guys out. They do all the CJs, all the Yamahas, and they've got a few other boats there. So go check them out, guys, and cheers.